How's it going, everybody? The Toyota Tundra has been getting a bunch of love lately. I keep meaning to finish up that video, but soon I will, I promise. But in the meantime, a company reached out to me about I would maybe kind of call it like a Tesla screen for the Toyota Tacoma. My Toyota Tacoma is just an SR5. I use it every day as a work truck, just daily driver. But as you can see, it's got the basic SR5 screen. Awesome though, this company sent me out a very cool, I almost kind of want to call it like a Tesla screen, but for the Tacoma. So let's go ahead, open the box, see what it looks like. All right off the bat, inside the box, they give you a tech support line right here and just a step-by-step on how to get the install PDF. But you know what? I don't think we need instructions. I think we can figure it out. Packaging overall is pretty nice though. So let's get this thing all opened up. It looks like it's just styrofoam now in the unit. So let's go ahead and pull it out. The packaging came with a really nice protective cover or protective liner on the outside. We're gonna go ahead and leave that installed. If I've learned anything, you always take off the protective liner until the very end. Once you're all done, then we'll pull it off. So it may look scary at first. There's a lot of wires here, but it's all labeled. It's very easy to read. So I also have a 2019 Toyota Tacoma. As you see, it says 2016 Toyota Tacoma. It's all labeled, very easy to understand. And then here's a 2023 Toyota Tacoma. So this harness will work from anywhere up to 2016 to 2023 or to 2022. So this harness we will not be using. And they also give you two harnesses for your air conditioning. One says Tacoma manual AC, and this one is auto AC, and I don't have auto AC, so we've already eliminated another harness. This is the harness that we will be using for our installation today, and there are also two different USBs. Again, I think just for different years, and when we get in there, we'll go ahead and figure out which one it goes to. But all these harnesses are all labeled, so it's very easy to understand. I know at first it can look overwhelming. Don't worry about it, guys. We'll get through it. And here we go. We got all the 4G antennas, Wi-Fi antenna, and I think this is another extra, just two 4G antennas. To be honest though, I don't really plan on putting a SIM card in here, so I probably won't be using a 4G antennas, but we definitely will be using the Wi-Fi and the GPS antenna. They also give you a microphone. Probably install it underneath the gauge cluster, just where when you talk in the car, it's where your voice projects. Got the canvas module right here. So I say let's get to it and just start plugging in the antennas. On the antennas, I went ahead and undid the twisty tie and pulled out one loop from each end, and that should be more than enough. They give you a lot of extra. I mean, I guess it's better to always have extra than not enough. So let's go ahead and attach the Wi-Fi antenna. And I'll leave the antennas over the top. The next 4G antenna. Try to run, how could I do this without the wires getting in the way of the other stuff? So we'll just leave it like that for now. And same thing with this. Let's go ahead. All right, got these all installed. The antennas are all set to go. Moving on to the USB harnesses. Like I said, they're labeled. This is a 2020, so won't be using this one in the 2016 Tacoma, so we'll be plugging in this guy. We'll put this with the other harnesses that we won't be using, just to make our life a little bit easier. All right, this guy right here is an 8-pin. Let's go ahead and find the 8-pin. Only one 8-pin on here. There's two 8-pin plugs, but the one that we'll be using for our application is this top right one. So this bottom 8-pin will not be used in our installation today. All right, moving on to the camera inputs. We got right cam input, factory cam input, front cam if you want to add a front cam. It's always nice to have a little front camera when off-roading. The factory camera input, I believe, is what we'll be plugging into our rear view backup camera. So let's go ahead, plug this guy in. And this is the largest plug of the bunch, so it's pretty easy to figure out where this one goes. There's only one spot for it to go. Moving on to the auxiliary cables. Goes right here in the bottom right. If you want to add any extra audio, video inputs to the back of the car, I don't know if you have kids or you want to put some screens and some head units in the back of the headrest, you could easily plug these in right here. All right, now moving on to the RC audio outputs. If you have a aftermarket sub, any type of amplifiers, anything like that you want to plug into this unit, you can with these right here. Let's go ahead and find out where this plugs in. And the aftermarket RCA's plug in right here. Now, if you want to be able to plug in a USB device to this unit, We got a plug for that also. I don't really see myself using it, to be honest. Optical audio, if you want to run an optical cable from your amplifier to the head unit, it's also a capability. I don't really plan on running any crazy audio to this, but we have it. Especially since it's a work truck, I don't really plan on bumping some crazy music or anything like that. And we also, the last cable, again, like I said, it's very easy to figure this all out. It's not hard, it's labeled. The plugs pretty much only go like into one spot. Now we got DVR. Got a DVR cable right there. And that's about it, like on this unit. And then we also have the air conditioning controls. It's all manual air conditioning, manual air AC. It's labeled right there. Just plugs in right here. Guys, I know all these wires look really overwhelming, but they're all labeled. They all pretty much fit in just one spot. Very easy. There's a lot of channels, a lot of stuff to upgrade. Just like me, I'm doing just a simple install, going plugging into the OEM speaker system and utilizing the OEM backup camera. So all very simple. Let's go ahead, take the inside apart and get this plugged in. Now, when it comes to removing the OEM head unit, this whole bezel comes off in one piece, and don't be afraid. Toyota stuff is designed to pretty much just pull apart, right? Just grab right here, put some positive pressure, and it just pulls right out like so. All there are is some red clips right here, and these AC vents right here, we are going to have to remove these and transfer them to the new aftermarket unit. So now that we have access to the unit itself, there's just 4 10mm bolts. Now that we slid the unit out, we're gonna go ahead and unplug all the connectors behind them. For all the ones that are leading out of the vehicle, I believe some are actually plugged into the very bottom of it, and those don't have to be unplugged. Just the OEM ones going in from behind the dash. Here's the AC that I was talking about, the AC vents right here. I don't know if you have a little pry tool at home. Actually, that was easier. So all I did is put it in there, twist a little bit and pull. Let's go ahead and try putting that in there. Oh, there you go. Once you get 2 of them, they pretty much all come out. And go ahead and start with pulling this piece out right here. You don't have to pull this trim piece all the way out, just down low enough to get it out of the way. So just pull it down to right here. There's 2 clips right here, top and bottom. All we do is pull this out, and then that gives us enough space to go ahead, to pull this out past that piece that locks it in. So let's move the initial harness, unplug. And while we have all this out, I think I'm gonna run the microphone cable up and under here, right underneath right here, and I'll probably stick it right here, because then that way I can wedge the wire right into there and just run it behind the unit. That way, like, you know, if you're talking to someone, you know, the voice will project in here anyway, so it'll be perfect. Now that I got my microphone ran under there, ran through behind, you can see the wire right there coming in, and here's the microphone cable. So that will be plugged in. Right now, I'm just really taking my time, making sure I have everything kind of like tucked away that I'm not going to use. I got my antenna plugged in right here. These right here are the factory AV cables coming in from the vehicle that are going to be plugged into the unit. So here's your AV audio right here, and then here's AV video. So this will go into the AV audio section behind, and this will go to AV video behind. So it is 2 separate plugs, so I have those separated. And then everything down here is for the air conditioning. We'll be using these 2 plugs right here, and this guy right here, because it is an SR5, it does not have push start or 4-wheel drive, but the factory actually has this pre-ran for the 4-wheel drive, but it does not have it. So this will not be going back into place. And we can't forget about this canvas module. We have to plug in this canvas module into the main harness. So let's go ahead and get the canvas module plugged in, and then we'll go ahead and get this guy all popped in. All right, let's go ahead, get this lined up right. It's got a lot of little pins. We don't want to bend anything. As you see, it's got a guide on each side. Just line up the guides right here. And there we go. And speaking of the guides, for whatever reason, this one did not pop into place. So I'm pretty confident it will stay. So, all right, now that we got this canvas module, let's go ahead and push this in. We got the RCAs ready. We got the USB ready. We got antenna and air conditioning. Let's go ahead and move on and get the unit installed. A little trick I did, because you don't have a lot of space for this, I put the key in and then I put it into drive. Make sure your e-brake is on. And that way you just get more space for the unit to sit. With it in park, there's like no space. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and put the unit down right here. That's why I say always keep the protective cover on, and we'll put a microfiber there. So we're gonna head rest it on the microfiber. And now with everything here, it's really tight, but we've already kind of explained all the plugs of where everything goes. The really important thing here is, and sorry for the beep, I'll go over this really fast. The AV cable, AV video cables right here, you're gonna go to, let's see, factory cam input. All right, again, sorry about the beeping. I'm just gonna show you these with it like that, and then the rest is pretty self-explanatory, so I'll save you on the beeping. And now, so this is video, AV video. Now we need to go over here and find our AV audio. It's these 3 plugs that come in from the back of the unit. This is AV video that we're not going to be using because all we need to plug into is the AV audio. Red to red, white to white. And then everything else is pretty self-explanatory. So the main plug right here is just going to plug in right there. But before I plug in the top one, I think I'm going to pull the unit up and plug in all the air conditioning plugs. And maybe the factory USB right here. Let's see. Do I have that on camera? Here's the gray one. This plugs in right here to the black. There we go. Get the unit all pressed in. All the clips are in. I mean, it was impossible to like record and slide this thing in at the same time. But all I really want to focus on or really emphasize on is that, you know, this is the top part. This is the radio section, and the lower part is the AC section. So as I'm slowly pushing the unit in, I was slowly guiding in the wires to the upper section and then slowly guiding the wires into the lower section. So as long as you just take your time doing that, everything like slid right in like nice. And all the, it's nice and tight in there. It all lines up just like factory, so it's pretty nice. And before we put the bolts in, let's go ahead, put the key in. Make sure everything works. Like, okay, well the AC is blowing, so that's a good start. All right, so far it seems to be working. I think we're gonna move on to the next section of bolting it in. So we'll go ahead and turn the car off. We don't need to kill the battery. Let's see, it just comes with 2 bolts. And you don't have to go strength of God or anything here, guys. I'm just, there we go. All right, so I got everything all bolted in, car's on, Android Auto's connected. And guys, the audio of this thing, just changing out to this unit, it's definitely amplified. Just going to like 20 out of 40 is like, speakers are night and day. I couldn't believe it. All the AC controls work, everything. So you could do it manually. Let me turn the car off and see if we can still, let's pause the audio so we don't keep copyright. Hazards work, airbags over here illuminates. AC right now is functioning. We can also do it, the AC from down here. So there we go, up and down. All the AC controls, you know, chest height, feet, defrost, all functions, max AC. And it's all pretty responsive. Let's go back. So this is like the main, like the standard menu with like Google Maps, weather, everything. Or we can go back to, let's go to Android Auto. And it does work with also Apple CarPlay. So, but I got an Android phone, so this is what I'm using. Maps work great. I got Spotify. I mean, all my Spotify stuff pulls up just fine. Google Maps, everything. So this thing's definitely night and day difference. I definitely recommend it. Even with like the car off and everything, it just looks really good. It looks factory, like literally, like all the buttons, everything. Guys, I cannot believe how well this installation turned out. I'm super in love with this thing. It's so easy to use. A lot of the units I've seen online, you know, you install it and then you have to program them and everything. The steering wheel controls don't work right away. As you can see, the steering wheel controls work right away. Next song, everything functions right off the steering wheel. Going into Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, everything like connected right away, really easily. The screen's all really responsive, really easy to use. Again, you could add apps on here. Anything that you can do on your phone or even on a computer, you can make happen on here now. So if you want to have your Onyx maps or any other apps, very easy to download on here. I'll leave a link in the description down below with how to get yourself your very own Tesla screen for your Toyota Tacoma. Man, my Tacoma is only a 2019, but this thing makes it feels like it's like a brand new 2026. Definitely recommend it, guys. So impressed with how it turned out. Almost looks like factory. Again, it looks better than factory. So definitely get yourself one, guys. See y'all in the next one.